Hello, hello, and welcome to the forecast for May 2021. Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. Wherever you may be catching this broadcast, let me know you're here so that I can send you some love and answer any questions that you might have about this month's forecast. So for those of you who don't know me, who are just getting to know me, my name is Cindy. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth activator, and I work with healers, coaches, change makers, impact makers, and I am passionate about putting the money in the hands of the people who care so that we can create the world that we dream of. And that really comes from, first and foremost, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and then knowing the steps of how to get it. And I use the tools of numerology, forecasting, and emotional mastery and self-mastery to really understand how that works. And I dive into universal laws all the time. I like to think like the universe. So let's dive into May 2021 and let's see what's in store for us. We've got some really important dates, but really the month of May carries the energy of one. Good morning. Hello, Teresa. So May carries the energy of one. So April has been clearing the way for what's coming. But what happens when we land in this one energy is we think that we need to just dive right in and start taking action. And that's not quite where we're at. We're still clearing, we're still cleansing, we're still purging out the old world. And what happens when we come into the one energy is we have an awareness of something new. But when we have an awareness of something new, we also need to pay attention to the fact that we're going to have to still work with some old models. We're still going to have to accept the reality that we have created. And so there is going to be some forgiveness work that needs to be done. There's a lot of work that needs to be done still. And most of it is inward, not outward. Oftentimes we as humans, we want to just jump into the action, right? We want to take action and go, go, go. But really what's important here is spending time going within, focusing on what you want, how you want to experience life, the emotions you want to feel, the experiences you want to have, and that creates it in the external reality. And so when we think we need to be busy and doing the things and taking action, the action we need to be taking is visualization and going within and really getting clear on what we want. So the one energy of May is inviting us into visualization, spending time within, really getting clear, and still clearing and purging and cleansing the things that aren't fitting this new vision. So there could be some bumpy things occur in May. I want you to know there is nothing wrong. The old world is falling away. It is in entropy. There's nothing you need to do. You don't need to be anti anything. You don't need to fight against anything. All you need to do is focus on what you want. The law of entropy and the law of evolution state that if you do not focus on what you don't want and you put all of your attention on what you do want, the don't wants fall away, the do wants are created. So that's where we want to go in the month of May. What do you want? That's all that matters. Put up Post-it notes, put reminders on your phone, all the things. What do I want? So when the emotions rise up, when the clearing and the purging occurs, you remember, what do I want? That's falling away. Don't need to focus there. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? It becomes your mantra. All right. Few important dates to be aware of in the month of May. We've got a new moon in Taurus on May 11th and a one energy day. There is likely to be an intensity of world events occurring on that day. Not a one energy day. I think it's a three energy day. I got my calendar wrong. There's likely to be an intensity of world events occurring on May 11th. Just be aware of that. We've got a new moon, and this is really asking us where do you feel most supported? Where do you feel like your foundational needs are being met? So it's important to recognize that, especially if the world is in turmoil, because it's really easy to get distracted when the news and the media and social media are showing us completely different stories of what we're creating right here in our own reality. So first and foremost, I would recommend not watching the news, but also really staying focused on your self-care, your foundation, those habits that you've put in place, not creating new habits, but focusing on the habits that are supporting you right now. really landing into, the self-care. And by self-care, self-love, I don't mean a mani-pedi. Those are lovely, but that's looking to the external world for support. I mean the things that nourish your soul, that nourish your body, that are things that make you feel loved, and being the one to be willing to love yourself, not needing it from outside of you. So this new moon is really an opportunity to breathe life back in. The next couple of weeks from this full moon until that new moon, there's just going to be things clearing out. So just let it happen. Focus on what you want. Practice that self-care. Really land into meditation. Do the Q. If you don't know what the Q is, reach out to me. I can hook you up with a 3-week free series where you can learn about it. Just be aware. Just be aware. Awareness is everything. If anybody of you who are watching share, you're here. If you've worked with me, you will hear me say it a million times. Awareness is everything. If you're not aware, you can't change it. If you're aware, you can't unknow it. So awareness is literally everything. Then we have a full moon in Sagittarius on May 26th. This is also a super moon in a 9 energy day and a total lunar eclipse. So if you thought that yesterday's full moon was intense, if you thought that March's full moon was intense, the culmination of 3 supermoons on a 9 energy day, landing in a total lunar eclipse happening on May 26th. So buckle up, nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. There is nothing wrong. However, this full moon is going to have long-standing impact for the next several years. So pay attention. Awareness is everything. And this moon is inviting you in to share. Oh, dear Lord. It's going to be fine, share. I don't say this to scare anybody. But this full moon is asking you to be the CEO of your life, which is why I'm telling you on that new moon and all of May, what do I want? Because if you don't know what you want, you can't be the CEO of your life. It's going to be really hard. So make sure that you are spending the month of May focused on what you want. Get really clear. Spend time in visualization. Spend time in meditation. Do the Q. Really land into what you want, because on that full moon, it's going to say, now do it. Be the CEO of your life. If you want to experience wealth and bliss and joy, start creating it now. If you want to experience chaos and destruction and the world falling apart, watch the news. Don't watch the news. Please don't do that. This is an opportunity to really dream on this full moon. Land into the dream you have for your life. Let yourself visualize it being true, as if somebody just waved a magic wand and it all came true right here, right now. What would that look like? What would that feel like? How would you experience that? And how would that ripple effect move out into the world? That's what this full moon is asking us. So it's not going to be intense in the way that, if you're focused on what you want, it's not going to be intense in the way that the last couple of full moons may have been for you. If you're not focused on what you want, you're focused on what you don't want, it's going to be really intense. This full moon is also inviting us into some adventurous playfulness, fun, joy, bliss. Shake your tail feathers a little bit. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride for the last few months. So this full moon is just inviting you into an awareness of what you want, but also to shake it off and play with it. The universe wants us to play. It doesn't want us to be all serious and down in the depths of our shadows all the time. Yes, there is that work to do. But what if you could just go play? So that's what that full moon is inviting in. So key points for the month of May. Number 1, what do you want? Number 2, self-care like a motherfucker. And number 3, focus on what you want. There is nothing wrong. Just let it fall apart. Focus on what you're creating, not what's falling apart. So I'll leave you with that today. It's going to be a fun month. Please, 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 if you're struggling in any way, shape, or form, reach out to me, reach out to someone in your support system, find a coach, find someone who can help you navigate what's happening in the world. This is a very key point, a key time in our world where we've bridged the gap between the old world and the new. And I'm so excited for what we're creating. But there is going to be some shifts that need to occur. And in that, some of you may find yourself in a situation where you need support. So please, 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 please don't hesitate to ask for help. Whatever that support is needed, please don't ask. Don't ask. Do ask. Sorry. All right. I hope you have an amazing, amazing month. I will be doing new moon forecasts when we get closer to that date. I'll be doing a full moon forecast when we come closer to that date. And of course, I do my weekly Rebel Report every Friday. So tune in. We'll get through this together. Have an amazing, amazing month of May. I love you. I believe in you, and I see your power.